So, here you are. You've just finished a design in Figma. Every element is placed, every color is exactly right, the client already approved it, and now you get to open Maglr and build the whole thing again, from scratch. But you don't have to, because this video covers 4 things. First, we'll explain why you should use the Figma to Maglr plugin. Then we'll copy individual elements straight from Figma onto the canvas. After that, we'll copy an entire frame in one move. And to finish, we'll look at what does and doesn't come along with the Figma to Maglr plugin. And if you're working in Sketch instead, we've got a separate course for that. Link is in the description. We'll use this timeline design as our example. A page walking through how popcorn ended up in movie theaters. Illustrations, icons, a title, the works. With the Figma to Maglr plugin installed, you'll find it under Figma's plugins menu. Open it up and you'll see 2 options waiting for you. Copy the selected element or copy the selected frame as a scene. Let's start small. Say we just want that popcorn bucket illustration on a Maglr canvas. Select it in Figma, open the plugin and choose to copy the selected element. Switch over to Maglr, paste, and there it is. Same position, same styling, placed directly onto the canvas. No exporting and no uploading to the media library first. And you're not limited to one element at a time. Select multiple elements in Figma, say the film reel and the ticket illustration together, and copy them as a selection. Switch to Maglr and paste once, and both land on the canvas together, each one exactly where it's sat in Figma. Styling fully intact.
So this is basically copy and paste.
Yeah, that's quite literally what I'm doing right now. Copying one element at a time is fine for a handful of icons, but our full timeline design has a title, a background, several illustrations, and 3 text blocks. Doing all of that by hand would take a while, so instead, we select the whole frame in Figma. Open the plugin, and this time choose to copy the selected frame. Switch to Maglr and paste.
So it just dumps everything onto one scene?
That's the point. Every element from the frame lands on the new scene, in the same position with the same styling. And it's all still fully editable afterwards. One paste and our entire popcorn timeline is sitting on the canvas as a real Maglr scene, ready for animations and interactions. If your Figma file has multiple frames, each one becomes its own scene the same way. The plugin copies most of the styling properties, but it's worth knowing what doesn't survive the trip.
So if I built this with auto layout in Figma,
then that part won't carry over. Maglr doesn't support auto layout under the hood, so those elements paste in at their current size and position, but they lose that automatic behavior once they're here. The same goes for a few other Figma specific code level features. The visuals and styling make it across. The underlying technical setup doesn't always. So after a frame paste, it's worth a quick check that spacing and sizing still hold up the way you expect, especially if your original design leaned on auto layout to keep things aligned. So, in this video, we looked at why we built the Figma to Maglr plugin, to stop you from building a finished design from scratch. We copied individual elements straight onto the canvas, then copied an entire frame in one move and watched it land as a full scene. And we covered what doesn't come along, like auto layout, so you know what to double check afterwards. Now you know everything to start moving your Figma designs into Maglr.